Hey there, TSG, here. Where are you? It's a hot day today. It's in the high 80s. It's early in the morning when I'm doing this, and giving you a little bit of an update. There's my taco, and I'm underneath it. Here's some parts. It's the transmission pan. A few of you have been following me with this saga. Yeah, could I take it to a Toyota dealer? Yeah, he's 20 miles away. Could I have gotten this car there? Probably towed it because of some of the issues. Basically what happened was someone was changing the oil for me, and rather than dropping the oil pan plug and draining the oil, the engine oil, they dropped the transmission pan plug and emptied my transmission. Well, it didn't empty it, but the pan. I caught it. I was happened to just come out at the right moment and caught what happened. So that's why on a previous video that you saw, we were using Flex Seal to spray on to seal off the nut. All right, it's dry. But here's what happened. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me get a close-up for you. Yeah, whoever previously completely stripped this thing, and I probably didn't help trying to get it off. You see it only has one thread, and that's why it was leaking. So needless to say, I won't be taking it to that place anymore. I'm just fit to be tied. Yeah, and then to add insult to injury, when I ordered parts to get this all done, and you're probably wondering, why didn't I make the guy do it who messed it up in the first place? Well, that's just kind of water under the bridge right now. But to add insult to injury, when I ordered the part, it's I ordered the straight screw inadvertently, which is the check screw, which the threads fit. This would have been the with head, screw with head. I missed that. That was my fault. But anyway, the screws are interchangeable. I can at least get this thing put back together. The reason why I got the pan was because I didn't know if it was just the screw that got stripped, or if the pan also was all messed up. And then when I dropped the screw, drained out the fluid, I put the replacement plug, which fits well on the replacement pan, in the right spot that I need it. It's not going on, so the pan is all jacked up. So I now have the pan off, and I'm waiting for it to drain, and then I'll measure the fluid, and that way I'll know how much fluid to put back into the thing. Let me show you what the pan and the transmission of a Toyota 2006 Tacoma 4-wheel drive looks like. So the last time we were underneath here, we were spraying Flex Seal on this pan, and oops, it just fell inside my thing. Anyway, yeah, there's the old pan. That hole is stripped. There's the that's the filter, the transmission fluid filter. And the transmission is actually right here, and this sump kind of holds everything. And I'm a little surprised. Well, maybe I shouldn't be. I'm not as familiar with Toyota transmissions, but there's a lot of electronics that are soaked in the sump. So yeah, that's all wet, and I've just got to be careful not to get this stuff all over the place. So now it's just a matter of it looks like it's pretty much drained out. It's dripping just a little bit, but get that thing all drained out, measure the fluid, get the new one. I've got a gasket for it, slip it all back on, and hopefully get this thing and limp it along, because it has another problem. Evidently 2006, 2005s, 2007s four-wheel drives, the transfer case thing, which is up there, you can't see in the dark at the moment, but there's an actuator
that puts it into four-wheel drive, and evidently it's stuck in four-wheel drive, or at least the lights are flashing that it's stuck, and that may have been another contributing factor to why the truck hasn't been doing well, because it may be in four-wheel drive or trying to get out of four-wheel drive, or something's not right. But I'll limp this to a guy. Hopefully he can help me out with it. I think I probably have rear axle bearing problems. The car's got, I don't know, almost 170,000 miles, which is pretty good. Let me get out from underneath here. Actually, it feels pretty good. The fan's blowing right on me. Hang on. And so 170,000 miles. I'm told in my little bit of research that that the rear axle bearings probably have seen better days. So I'm going to get those replaced. I'm not sure what this is all going to cost on a truck that's probably worth, in excellent shape, they say. If you look at Kelley Blue Book, which I don't believe Kelley Blue Book at all. Those guys are in business to sell cars. If you don't know much about the current Kelley Blue Book and who owns them, anyway, do some research, figure that one out for yourself. But anyway, current Kelley Blue Book will say in excellent shape, this truck is probably worth about $8,000. Right now, it is not in excellent shape. So I'm estimating it to be valued at, you know, it may be about $3,000, maybe about $3,000. I had a check with Scotty Kilmer. You know, he's got a YouTube channel and he talks all things cars. Been a mechanic for 40 years, and he and I kind of think alike, so I value his input. But he says Toyotas are probably the best bet. That and Ford trucks are probably the best bet to get out of any vehicle, because they're the least of the vehicles that he sees in his shop, and there's a lot of them in the Houston area that he lives in. So he's seen a lot of cars over the years, all over the country. So I may touch base with him and say, you know, what is this thing really worth? As long as I can get it running well. The motor is bulletproof. If I tell you, man, if you're looking for a car, I would say Toyota is probably your best bet. That and then Honda. I've had them both, and the fewest problems of any of them, except for this Tacoma. Because I've had I had a four-wheel drive Toyota Hilux, 1982, I think it was, 83, 82. I loved that truck. We just kind of outgrew it, so we ended up getting this thing back in 2006. Yeah, I had that one from 82 to 2006 without a problem. I had a water pump go out and threw that on. All sorts of room to work on that car under the hood, so that was easy. This thing, this one's tough. And I can imagine even the newer ones are even tougher. Needless to say, I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on this thing, but the motor is in excellent shape. If I can get the transmission going and the rear end kind of, the rear axle bearings taken care of, it's probably got another 100,000 miles easy on it. Yeah. All right, well, I got to get back to work. I thought I'd give you a quick update. I don't know how this is going to get released, if this is going to be a part of a just a quick video or my weekly video, but there's so much to do on this and other things around here. I don't know how I'll release this, but hopefully it'll be of help to you. If you guys have any experience with Toyota trucks, 2006, leave a comment down below. Let me know what your experience is, how many miles you might have on it, and how it's running for you and some of the problems that you've gotten. You know, I've looked at the forums, you know, the Toyota forums. There's a couple of them out there that, you know, have some good advice on it and all that. And if you're a part of that, great. If not, I'll point you to those maybe in the description below. But if you have experience, hit me up, please. I'm trying to do some of this work myself until I can get it to a guy who can work on it. Toyota out here, I called for parts, and I don't want to badmouth anybody, but the reality was they never returned my call. I called them twice. I told them what I needed. Please leave a message. And you know, everyone's going to use the you know, the flu pandemic as an excuse for why they can't do things. I mean, even the place that I ordered these parts from, which were in Florida, you know, they were short-staffed and on and on and on and on and on. Yeah, that's a whole other story. The whole imagination and how it's destroying our economy. And some people are able to get back to work, others aren't. Some of you may or may not know that I invest in real estate, and that's, you know, one of the forms of income that I have is real estate. And I got to tell you, it's the real estate market has taken a hit. Not the retail residential stuff. You know, people are moving. You know, I see here in Waco, right in my neighborhood, 10 homes for sale and moving. You know, so people are moving in, people are moving out. So I used to be a real estate agent back in the day. Probably should get my license, huh? No, with my luck, just as soon as I do that, the market's going to crash, and then I won't have any homes to sell. But my point. Sorry about that. Somebody was calling me on my TSG line. I'll have to get back with them. If that was you, forgive me. I'll get right back with you. But yeah, the real estate market, because our government and Texas, our governor, basically said, landlords, you can't kick anybody out. Now, I'm not going to kick anybody out. You know, I understand the situation here. I understand everybody's in this, and I'm going to do everything I can. But when they said that to, you know, it's against the law now, or at least against some sort of executive order, which I guess is as good as law because we abdicate our authority. Whew, don't get me started on all this. But it's law that I can't evict people for not paying their rent. Now, I'm not going to do that because I understand. But the mere fact that the government told us we can't evict, it gave permission to everybody to stop paying. That's right. I own apartments, and yeah, everybody decided to stop paying. Well, because the government said if we don't pay, you won't get evicted, so they didn't pay. And I know there's a lot of hardship out there, but my gosh, what are we doing? For the flu, it's kind of a deep-seated issue that I've got right now. I'm kind of upset, can you tell? Anyway, I'm healthy. I hope you're healthy. Nobody wants to get sick. Nobody wants to get the flu. Don't get me wrong. The flu is real. You know, I've known people who have gotten this particular flu that's going around, and you feel cruddy. Well, guess what? I had it earlier, before it was called what it's called right now. Earlier in the year, it was late February, early March, and I felt cruddy, and I'm pretty sure I had it too. But we're all going to do fine. I'm praying that God would kill the Toyotas. There, I said the word. I hope it doesn't get me blocked. Maybe I'll just bleep the word out. Yeah, YouTube is of no help to this either. All right, well, I'll get you updated. I'll post a video. And we got, if you saw my more recent one, we're working with Firefield right now, and the Firefield PPD is either coming out or just came out. And then we got some more stuff from Firefield that I want to show you. So stay tuned, all right? Be subscribed and all that good stuff. If you want to help us out, if you want to help me buy a wrench, I have to go buy a wrench for this. Anyway, or help the channel out as we kind of take one for the team, as they say. Go to my Patreon page and help us out. You know, then we can continue to do goofy videos about goofy things that smart people care about. Let's put it that way. All right. Here's the new pan. That better not be stripped. And then this is the check hole. When the stuff fills up, it'll overflow here, and then when it's just at that level on level ground, you know you got enough in there. Magnets, by the way, that I pulled out of the old one, they were all black and filled with magnetic sludge. That just shows you how much magnetic material gets inside your transmission. gets past the filter as well. Make sure you put those back in. Okay, clean them off. All right, I'm going in. I gotta go put it all together. Wish me luck, all right? God bless you. God bless America. May America bless you.
Believe it or not, but it is true, this transmission oil contained sperm whale oil.